It's like Protoss. You hear me coming through your speakers. You see me mashing up your airwaves. I know you can't get enough of my sound.
Hey everybody, Protoss here, coming through your speakers, and today we have yet another 1v1 matchup. This is from Team Liquid Ret map pack. I pulled that up, so since I've already given away who one of the players are, and they both said hi to each other, let's introduce our players. This is a Protoss versus Zerg matchup, and in the upper right hand corner of Cloud Kingdom we have our red Protoss player, none other than Evil Genius's iNcontroL. And in the lower left hand corner of Cloud Kingdom, our blue player from Team Liquid, it is Ret. Both sides are scouting. Nothing too unusual. You know, we got the patch updates from Blizzard, some changes. One of them being what I'm focusing on right now. They're changing the Overlord speed to like up a few 0.15 whatever speed. I'm not sure what that means, but I've seen a couple YouTube races between the slower and faster Overlords, and let's just say a barracks is still a lot faster than the Overlords. So we do have iNcontroL over here, and he did see exactly when the spawning pool for Ret went down, and he looks a little upset that there was a spawning pool put down at around 13 or 14 for Ret, because he's going to try to get rid of it right now. That is a brave little drone to take on that spawning pool. Maybe that little bit of damage is what's going to matter. He is also going to see that there is going to be a, I want to say normal expand from Ret, but I don't think that that is a normal place to put a pylon. That looks like where you would put a pylon if you were going to do some kind of cannon rush. So we're going to see some cheesy tactics. We do have the forge up for our red Protoss player, so he is going to be able to pop down a cannon. Let's go back over to the action, and he has popped down 2 cannons, and one of those is going to finish at the very least, because he just does not have enough probes. Now he's adding yet another pylon. I'm not sure why he ran right into those Zerglings. This is going to cause quite a fuss. Now he's blocking those pylons with, he's blocking the cannon with both those pylons. Not sure why he canceled that pylon. I guess he saved some money, and he is going to be able to take on these Zerglings with the cannon. He is following that up with a Zealot. A lot of early cheesy pressure, but Ret was able to take that down, and I think that this pressure that iNcontroL put on Ret early on is done. Not a lot you can do there. He is following that up with more Zealots. I think he was planning on reinforcing that cannon rush a little bit more. Hey, he's not done. He's gonna go ahead and try to put down a pylon. Oh, drone block, drone block. And then, yeah, that didn't go well. Got nice job with that drone blocking the ability to place that pylon, cleaning up the rest of those Zealots. And I would say that the investment in this early rush for Evil Genius's iNcontroL was for naught. Now these Zerglings are going to come up, and there is a nice blockade here. Looks like he's got another pylon coming in. The cannon is going to be ready. Zerglings, knowing they can do very little at this point in the game, decide to start chewing on these destructible debris, or actually that's destructible rocks, I should say. There's another form of destructible stuff called debris. EG's in control is going to go ahead and try to do an expand. I would say that it was a forge fast expand, but there was nothing fast about that considering he pushed all in with that cannon rush and then followed it up with some zealots to very little avail. Going to transfer some drones over here, just now getting a cybernetics core. And if we look over here at Liquid Rhett's home base, he is already expanding to his third. Now Cloud Kingdom, this third can be somewhat uncomfortable expanding to for a Protoss player. Expanding to it against a Zerg player, oh, that's even more uncomfortable. Zerg players seem to have some kind of knack with their creep and with their ability to have vision, to be a little bit more, and I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna do it, a little more organic in how they deal with their defense. Get it? Creep, organic, my bad. So anyway, I've just noticed that they have a little easier time of it, whereas in Terran, if you know, they don't have a bunker in the way, they are fearful. Protoss, as long as they've got some pylons, they can always warp in, do some stuff. So they're a little more adaptable. Zerg, they can run around with anything everywhere, and they just kind of, you know, use this organic swarm activity to do defense. And then, of course, they've got these fast-moving overlords to go out there and develop map presence at all times. And that's not even including the creep. And as you can see, Red is doing a fine job of placing any number of overlords out there. Now let's go back to our Protoss player and see what he's up to after his thwarted early push. He's just got some basic defenses up. It looks like he is trying to tech up, getting himself back into play after some of the loss of timing that he got from doing that push. Gateway is just now finishing up, as his robotics facility, and he immediately starts putting out an observer, which will assist him in getting some understanding of what our Zerg player is doing. And of course our Zerg player is just enjoying himself on 3 bases, planning his next attack. He's got missile attack weapons coming up, a few roaches coming, so it looks like it is going to be somewhat of a roach push. Got an overseer coming in here and is going to scout. Pretty much looks like he scouted pretty much everything that's going on over here from our Protoss player. Yeah, I think, yeah, he's seen pretty much everything. So he's not going to be too shocked by iNcontroL, but honestly, iNcontroL really is not doing anything too surprising anyway. Overlord going to come in here and he's going to actually see these additional gateways coming up. So iNcontroL is moving up to, what do we got, like a 4-gate play? So, you know, we're at the 11-minute mark, and I think iNcontroL is where your common player should be at around the 6 to 7 minute mark. He does have that Robo and an Immortal, so that's halfway decent. But Rhett here is looking at a massive 152 supply as opposed to iNcontrol's 78 supply. He is getting those gates up, so he is going to be able to bring in some gateway units, but we do see that push, that roach push from Rhett, and I'm not sure what's going to happen with this. He very well could break iNcontrol's back right here and right now if he is effective with it. So we're going to have to see some good shield usages, some good force field usage from iNcontrol, spawning up as many gateway units, keeping those Immortals alive. He does have a lot of sentries. How much power he is pushing out with those sentries. I don't think this is a good time to do that. Got the sentries in the front line, lost one immediately to attack. Did wall off there, but now we are going to have to hold off a significant number of roaches. Was able to kill all of those Zerglings, so that will help out a little bit. More force fields going up, getting another line of roaches. iNcontroL is doing a halfway decent job of controlling the push in. He did lose a gateway here. Does have Immortals, so he did do he did do okay holding that off. A lot better than I thought, but I don't think Rhett is done. I think he can continue to create more roaches. That was some wonky micro on both those parts. They seem to have their armies just run into each other. It does look like iNcontroL is going to easily take out this roach army that was just kind of falling asleep over here. Now I'm a little concerned because now we're looking at 3 immortals and all of the gates for iNcontroL are up, and I'm not sure what Rhett will have. Now he has transferred to Muta Ling, which is probably going to be pretty effective against what's going on right here. Good force fields from iNcontroL, able to keep some of those Zerglings away, but that does not keep the Mutas from beating down from the sky. And I don't think that iNcontroL has enough Stalkers to deal with all of these Mutas. And then, of course, our Immortals are going to be useless against those Mutas, and EG's iNcontroL taps out. Yeah, I mean, I would say that it was a little early, but if you look over here, you've got 4 bases fully up and functioning for Rhett. iNcontroL just invested way too much in that early push, and it definitely showed up. He tried to revert back to a standard game, working off of 2 bases, but he never got himself into a good position. He wasn't able to efficiently take out any of, basically all of the trading that occurred from there on out was even trades. Wasn't horrible for iNcontroL. Matter of fact, I would say he did pretty good against those roaches, but that was a small amount to come back against his all that early effort and all those early resources he put into that rush in there. So decent game, and hopefully I'll be able to cast some more of these. I've enjoyed myself doing them. I just watched State of the Game, and there was a bunch of people talking about the expectation of pro level casters and yada yada, this and this and that. And I'll tell you what, I'm probably never going to be, I shouldn't say that. I don't see myself being a pro level caster anytime soon, which is fine. I do this because I enjoy it. I do this because I found a gap and I said, hey, I want to see more games. I want to see the games I want to see. And I always have an opinion. I'm always screaming at the screen, so why don't I get out there and cast myself? Still learning things every day, but enjoying doing it. If you guys have any comments, feel free to leave them in this video. And if you like what you see, or if you want to follow my progress in casting, or you enjoy some of the matches that I put up here, go ahead and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching.